this bitch leaving my fridge.
Oh, hell no.
Motherfucker, please, God no. God no, 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 God no.
Open the fridge, the cold air hit and froze me stiff. Grotesque aroma, thick, decomposing hiss. A ghost of produce holds its own hypnosis. Pulsing, bloated, post-mortem osmosis. Once crisp and green, now viscous. Obscene, a twisted machine of sickness and sheen. Sitting in regret, infecting the serene. And I'm next in the scene, in the fridge in between. Peel back the skin, the sin begins within. Filth drips slow like sermons of discipline. Violin up in, I'm wilder with a vision of slime divine. Times crucifixion, rancid, romantic with rot in its veins. Organic panic, entropy reigns. This ain't just mold, it's a soul displaced. A cold embrace with a cage cold face. Cold preservation turned desecration. Unholy refrigeration, abomination. Sacred sanitations, ghost in rotation. A vegetable vessel for death's vibration. Rot don't stop when the doors close tight. Decay don't fade in the cold dead light. What's green today gets eaten by night. Cucumber God gonna bite. Right don't stop when the doors close tight. Decay don't fade in the cold dead light. What's green today gets eaten by night. Cucumber God gonna bite.
It whispered in wet syllables, sick little riddle. Syllabic tentacles tickle the pit of my middle. Dripping its gospel, hostile, brittle and sizzle. Scripture written in mildew, ritual drizzle. The fridge became cathedral, cathedral became crypt. Sermons of sewage leak from every slit. I slip in a slick, metaphysical grip. It flips my wit, I'm a citizen of its pit. It said you left me for dead, but the dead don't sleep. Then seep through the seams with a creed so deep. Every beat that leaked had a beat that creaked like heat beneath meat that was meant to weep. I breathe disease, appease the priest, agrees, release the peace. Let entropy feast, the cucumber speaks in frequencies deceased. Each speech a piece of the beast unleashed. It hums hymns and humors, tumors bloom lunar. Fumes bloom through the rumor, consumers rumor. Dooms to the bruised blue and futureless rumor. Truth skewed, I'm a pupil of the putrid humor. Chords in my cortex twitch with distortion. Odor of order turns slaughter, contortion. The drawers abortion, a form and proportion. My reflections infection, rots extortion. I'm drawn in the drain where the slime recites. Lines divine with a rhyme that bites. Each time I fight, the blight ignites. The fridge light flickers, invites the night. The soul grows old when the hunger's cold. Decays the way the truth unfolds, and the story told turns marrow gold. Don't stop when the doors close tight. Decay don't fade in the cold dead light. What's green today gets eaten by night. Cucumber God gonna bite. Don't stop when the doors close tight. Decay don't fade in the cold dead light. What's green today gets eaten by night. Cucumber God gonna bite. Now the hum of the humdrum hums in my skull. Crumbs in my conscience become the dull thud of gold. Nullified lullaby, tongue of the no. Fungal lull, I'm undone in its pole. Flesh flex, reflex, defects, collect insects, nest where the intellect wreck neck deep in sea pitch speech dissected. I reflect the cucumber's dialect detected. Each breath's a baptism, gas spasm, prism, spit lit with the rhythm of the schisms. Vision, entropy's algorithm in kitchen religion. I am risen. Rot's final revision, silence split, my skin starts ticking like glass. Each vein drains green, I'm a blade of grass in reverse. Birth, rehearse the curse. Earth in the fridge where the gods converse. Every pore, a portal, mortal coil unravels. Coral gargles, bubble and gravel. I babble the Babylon of bacteria's chapel. Sacraments crackle in plastic travel. Now I'm one with the hum of the fridge machine. Drone tone grown to a fungal sheen. Chrome bones moan in a chemical dream. I'm the him, I'm the him, I'm the in-between. Mind liquefied synapses slap in the vat map of the aftertaste. Laughter's crack, cadaveric dated and pattern stack. Static pack with semantic plaque. Nerve endings bend in the blender of sin. I grin through the skin, I'm suspended in. Blend of the dead and the technician within. Holy refrigeration, my next of kin. I breathe mildew, miracle, syllable, spiral, viral, recital, tidal. Survival is idle of rot, disciple of spoil. I coil in the oil of immortal soil. And entropy's there in a prayer of glue. Where too thick for the truth to chew. New flesh brews where the old one grew. When the fridge door sings, we become you. My tongue tastes iron, sermon complete. Silence, a siren, sweet defeat. Light goes black, heartbeat repeats. Decay made me whole, I am meat.
Open the door again. Let the cold come in. Let the